What's up, everybody? This is A7X Fan Ben, and I'm going to be making American Pirates 3 in this video. So this is a fleet that is going to evolve from the previous American Pirates fleets, one of which I did on this channel, and the original is from 2015 and first posted administration in September 2016. So it's going to be another variant, so it's not going to take too long to make because a lot of the concepts are going to be the same core ideas. So I've got a lot of variant ideas for this actually, where the Roanoke setup stays pretty much the same. You basically have like a big sack Roanoke setup, Captain Blackheart, with the rest of the crew American, and that's the big bad gunship. But then there's a lot of little variations you can do with the treasure runners. So I'm partly making these variants to try to find out which one is most optimal. And I don't know if I'm going to play, I don't think I'm going to play each of them in enough games to really truly know which one is most optimal. So I'd be interested to hear in the comments below what you think is the most optimal way to fill out the fleet with gold runners is. So I've got various ideas. So in this one, we're going to swap out the Amity because 12 points for how good the Amity is. She's a good ship, but I don't know if that's really optimized. So the first optimization from the original AP's fleet to AP's 2 was to swap out the Bandito for Banshee's Cry with Helmsman and Explorer, which is definitely a pretty big upgrade. But I've also realized that the Amity might not be optimized either. So I'm basically trying to make each version slightly more competitive than the last. So we're just going to start though. I want to keep the core the same though, like Roanoke with Captain Blackheart. Sacking is kind of the idea that I want to stick with. Let's add Blackheart first, actually, in case he has to be added first to show up first on the ship here. I don't know if that's the case, but all right. Then we've got Perry. We're still going to use Perry for the +5 because there's so many other crew on this ship that he's going to take a while to get to if an opponent was going to come after the limit, or not the limit, the ransom keyword. So, and then for oarsmen, we're going to add a bunch. I think I'm going to keep it the same. Oh, there's an explorer as well, so I guess I'll add that one first. Explorer 136. Yeah, because this is a hybrid setup actually. It's not just a gunship, which is part of what makes this fleet so dangerous is any of the ships can run gold. So Roanoke is the kind of the beat stick or the gunship option, but she might even drop crew to run gold. But and that explorer is partly there just to get sacked eventually by Blackheart. But anyway, so oarsman, and we need 2 more. All right, so Roanoke is going to end up with the same setup, and then now we're going to start changing it up a bit. So I've got Banshee's Cry. That's going to be the last ship, I think. So what I wrote is for this version, well, this is actually going to be 3. I had 5 ideas and now I have 6. So there's more of this coming down the pipe. But so here the idea was to swap out the Amity. Her 13 points total with an Explorer is swapped out for a different 13 points. Bloody Jewel with Helmsman and Explorer for 9, because that's a 6-point ship plus 3 points of crew. Rover and Mermaid are 2 points per ship, so that would get us 13. But I'm wondering about doing Becalmed instead because it's a really good event that can freeze your opponent. We'll just take a quick peek at it because I haven't really talked about it on this channel much probably. So reveal this event at the beginning of one of your turns. Keep in mind you can only reveal one beginning of turn event per turn or per round. So you can't use Becalmed and Hidden Cove in the same turn, which is interesting. So place its token anywhere on the play area except on an island or a ship. No ship within L of the token may be given a move action unless you can move when derelict. Remove Becalmed from the game at the beginning of your next turn. So probably should have been at least twice as many points or triple, but so it's another broken event basically. It's a staple. It's been a staple of competitive play for a long time because it's can freeze the entire fleet potentially. So if you go first, if you're the first player and you play this and you place it right next to their home island, and everything, all their fleet is within L of the token where you place it, you skip their first turn. Not quite, but they can't be given a move action unless they can move one derelict. So Orthmen are a good counter to Becalmed, but it's pretty devastating. And they could do other things. I guess they could use some like D6 abilities, like maybe. I don't know. They could use some stuff, but move actions are the core of the game. So pretty nasty. So I'm thinking that might be a better play on those last 4 points than the Rover and the Mermaid, partly because this fleet is designed for standard competitive games where you have 4 wild islands and 2 home islands. So one thing that you sometimes notice with a swarm fleet is that there's too many ships and not enough islands or not enough coins. And I'm not saying that would happen here, but I think there's a chance. So Roanoke is going to be a pretty effective hybrid. We've got a Banshee's Cry moving LLS with 2 card spaces open. We're going to have a Bloody Jewel moving SLS with 2 or 3 spaces open. So we have pretty good gold getting ability already. So Rover and Mermaid, they might add a little bit of towing or ramming capability to the fleet and a little bit of backup treasure running. Like the treasures that Banshee's Cry and Bloody Jewel don't load could get loaded by them, but they're unlikely to explore an island before these other 2 ships do. So they might be kind of unnecessary. I think Becalmed is probably the better play. So I might just add something in the description about how, if events are banned or if you don't want to use Becalmed, then you can swap it out for Rover and Mermaid. So, which are basically just a couple 2-point ships, 1 masters. Rover is S+L, Mermaid is L+L. They have negative abilities that keep the costs down, but they're still pretty good ships, to say the least. So they're a very common way to fill out points in fleets, especially competitive fleets. You just add, 2 points left, I'll just add Mermaid or whatever. So, but I think with 3 ships that can run gold before they even come into the fleet and only 4 wild islands, I don't really think they're necessary. So I think Becalmed is probably a better use of the points. So that's what I'm planning to go with. So when I build fleets, I usually, depends on what the core ship is, but sometimes I like to do like largest to smallest. So I'm just going to add Bloody Jewel next instead of Banshee's Cry. And then we're just going to finish this out here. I'll do a helmsman from the same set just to keep it crimson on this ship. So that's 9 total. Or no, sorry, she's from Revolution, but whatever. Anyway, so gets us to 33, which sounds like too many actually. 33. If we do both events, that'd be 39. Oh no, we're good. Banshee's Cry, because we're not doing those other 4 now. So, all right, just search Cry on PSM list, and yeah, I'm still loving this fleet builder at PSM list. It's really fast and responsive and effective. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. Easy to make an account and stuff like that. So Banshee's Cry, Helmsman Explorer. Yeah, this is looking pretty good overall as a fleet. So I'm going to save it there. So in the past American Pirates fleets, they've not used UTs, so I might change that here, but I'm not sure yet. I might just do some kind of wipe effect. I could just do Karmic Idol. It's kind of, I don't know. I kind of don't like that one. It's kind of a fun ruiner. I guess you could do, I might kind of do a tentative thing where you do Maps of Alexandria, and yeah, because Maps of Alexandria could flip all treasure in the game face up, and then once it's face up, you could use Karmic Idol to wipe it. I'm just wondering, I don't really know. It could use like random, you could just add UTs like Barbary Banner or like stuff that's generally good for treasure runners, but I kind of like the idea of a competitive fleet that doesn't use quite as many UTs. So maybe it'll have maybe it'll be more of an anti-unique treasure strategy, just to change up how I normally would do it. So I don't know. I don't think there's really specific UTs that I'd want to add. Like, it's not gonna, any negative or positive UTs could easily benefit or hinder the opponent probably just as much, most likely. So kind of similar with terrain. There's not really, I should have put terrain in the thing here. And then islands, I'm trying to do this for all the fleets now. So for the other coins, there's going to be, I think I am going to add those two UTs. I've never tried that strategy, so this is very subject to change, but I think this will be an interesting thing to see if we can flip all the coins. That might benefit an opponent more than us, but either way, it'll show everybody their path to victory to get to 16 gold or more. But I kind of just want to wipe out like plague, because if Roanoke explorers or if there's natives, I don't want anybody to get stuck. So there's a slight chance this could happen early in the game where treasure gets revealed and then UTs get eliminated via the karmic idol. So do a little save, and then the other 6 coins, I don't really know. Probably just do like 6 2s and a 3 maybe. Or no, 5. No, that doesn't make sense. What's the most equitable way to get to 15 from 6 would be 6 2s would be 12. So you could do 5 2s and a 5, or just probably 4 3s and then a 2 and a 1 or something like that. I don't know. I don't really know. They might build a fort. Yeah, there's going to be some forts available. So I guess I would want some 3s out there. So, see, I might figure out the coins later too. I don't know. It's kind of hard to decide on that right now. I'm used to doing fleets with like all UTs or sometimes none. So a lot of times I just have 3 coins left once I've added the maximum 5 unique treasures. So I guess that's it for ships and crew. So I have the forts at the bottom here. Let's go Devil's Maw. Might as well add all 3 to the options. And I guess like with any competitive fleet, it's kind of good to assume that the forts are available. I've developed a habit where I bring every single fort to every game I play now in case I need one. Obviously for the ships I have in my fleet, but even if you capture enemy ships, like if this fleet captures a Spanish ship, that allows me to build Fortaleza Dorada, which is a really good fort. So I'm not going to add that one here because I don't have any Spanish ships, but it's good to like bring them to the game at least. So kind of a different topic, but we'll add Thompson's Island. That's the American fort, and that pretty much does it. So I'll add something in the description about plus Hidden Cove for 2 points, plus Be Calmed for 4 points. I'll keep it private for now until I start playing it. So that's our fleet. So basically swapping out the Amity for the Bloody Jewel and the Be Calmed event. So I think this could be really interesting to see how well it does. So it'll definitely be used against some other fleets that should be competitive as well. So I guess question of the day is, what's your favorite American Pirates fleet so far? There's the first one on Pirates of Ben, and then 2 is on PSM list, and then obviously you see the third one that I just made here. So all pretty similar, but just trying to make it more competitive with each variation. Maybe this is already the peak, and some of the ideas I have for the other ones won't be as good. Oh yeah, I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, I should at least talk about islands and terrain strategy. I think islands, I got pretty good speeds here, and I got sack. So Roanoke can move LS times 2 pretty easily. And so islands kind of far apart would be okay. But I'd probably do like 3L to 4L. I don't know. I don't think I'd max it out. I don't think I would go like 5L to 6L. I would do that if I had like Haipeng or San Cristobal or Calypso for whirlpools, so then you could bypass the need to actually sail all the way to an island and back. But I don't have any of that in this fleet. It's not like a Mach speed fleet. Obviously the maximum speeds are pretty high, LLS, SLS, and then LS sometimes doubled, but I think 3L to 4L is fine generally. That would still depend on the opposing fleet too. So like if it looked like they had a Calypso fleet, which might be hard to determine, but if it kind of was looking that way, it might place them closer together as a result, for example. So terrain, I don't know if I talked about that. Yeah, I didn't put that in the last one. So we've got small ships and a large ship. So reefs and sargassos are kind of iffy because they could hurt either one. Because reefs are worse for big ships, and then sargasso seas are bad for smaller ships. So might do one fog bank. There's no home island raiders, or like I'm not trying to run away no matter what. I do have a good gunship, so I don't really want there to be a ton of fog probably. So I'm thinking probably whirlpools would be the way to go, especially because I've got some extra crew on these ships too. So I think a couple whirlpools would be good, because then Roanoke can stack on her way out of them to maybe hit an enemy. So yeah, I'd probably put a couple whirlpools and then like a fog bank. If there were 3 terrain, might do 2 whirlpools, 1 fog bank. So I don't really, with Banshee's Cryo having only 1 mast, I don't think I'd do icebergs. So I think that's a good. I think this fleet is like less interested in the terrain and coin meta than some of the other competitive fleets I'll make. So, which is fine. Maybe upon playing it, I'll find that there are certain ways to optimize those aspects of the game. But especially unique treasures is probably a better way to figure some of that out. But I don't know. I think it's okay right now. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more Pirates videos. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in more fleet making videos.